Hey everyone! Today we're going to be going over a topic that I've been asked to do in a video, which is the state of Overwatch. Now, I understand that recently we had a patch nerfing some things that were definitely a problem in the past, but we're still going to talk about the issues in the past. And before we do so, I want to introduce myself. My name is Cat Missive. I am a long-time FPS player ranging from CSGO in the global elite level, playing in A+ and ESEA, Rainbow Six Siege, playing in Platinum Diamond level, not really pushing for the top because I didn't spend too much time on that game. Valorant, playing Immortal, Radiant, H1Z1 when it was at the time. I was in the top 200 of the players, so on and so forth. I have a lot of backgrounds in playing FPS games. I will not say my word is end all say all because people may disagree with what I have to say, but this is going to be my personal view of how Overwatch is in its current state. One of the biggest changes right now is the fact that we went from 6 players per team to 5. What this has created is less of a stalemate trying to grind ults and push into more of a how can we kill their backline and win the fight by picking them off one by one. One of the big things is that there's only one tank on each team. This is a good and a bad thing for me. I personally like the fact I don't have to grind through 2 tanks, but this also created a dilemma where 2 tanks right now are very weak because of it. Junker Queen and Doomfist being those tanks. While they are starting to see some spotlights, especially with a lot of Doomfist players learning how to do some neat combos and stay alive, and also at the same time peeling for their team, it's just overall the impact of playing something like Orisa, Zarya, heck, even Roadhog is better in a lot of certain situations, is just outshining them completely. Before November 17th, you were actually seeing to where if you weren't playing Zarya, you probably weren't winning a game. Zarya was extremely strong coming into this patch, and it wasn't because like they buffed her or anything like that. It was straight up because the one thing that weakens Zarya is shields. And since there's only one tank on each team, there's only one shield you have to worry about. When that goes down, she can just literally go in. So it created this whole dilemma of like, oh, we're getting shit on? Okay, let's go ahead and switch to Zarya. And then pile on Genji and Sombra. Sombra hacks the shield, it goes down, and like next thing you know, it's just an easy one fight. And it becomes a Zarya versus Zarya matchup after that if both tanks are on the same mindset. So keeping that in mind, a lot of the matches you saw at the beginning of Overwatch 2 was a lot of just Zarya, Genji, Sombra, Kiriko, and Ana matchups. It would be a hack into an anti, into a push, into Genji popping their ult and getting nanoed. That was pretty much the games every single time. And it got to the point where I actually took 1 to 2 weeks and just didn't play the game because I got tired of playing the same exact comps. Me being a support main, I love Kiriko. She's probably my main right now. But at the same time, I'm really sick and tired of playing against a Genji every single game and having to run for my life. So coming up past the nerfs, where they nerfed Junkrat, Kiriko, Sombra, Genji, Zarya, and nope, that was it. Those 6. It feels a lot better. I'm finding a lot more games to be more enjoyable. It's not just oh, they picked this character and it's just a complete stomp. I'm able to actually like play what I want, like mix it up, you know. Oh, we have a Mei that came in. Speaking of which, we'll go into that. But after the nerfs, it is feeling a little bit more better. I still think there needs to be some more changes for those off tanks that were mentioned. Junker Queen and Doomfist are still a little weak, but like I said, I am seeing a lot more Doomfists playing really well and causing like just really good games. So maybe Doomfist just needs a slight tweak, but Junker Queen in itself is just very weak in my eyes. Now, the state of the game overall, Overwatch 2, I have felt like has not been a complete game until this last week. I don't know how many QA tests they did or whatnot, or like who actually was QA testing, but how many times do you have to remove a character due to game-breaking bugs with a wall? Especially when one of the things, which is going and phasing through a Mei wall, was in since beta, but they just decided to push it to live anyways. Mei has been removed twice, Bastion has been removed once, and Torb has been removed once. The patch, now the biggest argument that I hear, and actually, like, I will say pissed people off, is the fact that Zarya was so strong at the beginning that Blizzard themselves knew she needed to be nerfed, was told that they are going to nerf her in certain ways, and delayed it twice. I don't mind delaying stuff, you know, for game breaking things. That's fine. But in my opinion, why are we waiting so long to do a group patch when you know these things need to be nerfed and not just do individual hot fixes throughout the week? We didn't need all 6 of them nerfed at once. It would have been better and more appealing to your audience if you nerfed them when you realized they needed to be nerfed the week you said they were going to nerf them. But instead, I think we went, what, a month and a half dealing with that before it finally happened, instead of just going and nerfing Zarya, then looking at Genji and nerfing them, then looking at Sombra and nerfing them. Like, you don't need to do these big group patches. I don't understand why businesses do this. And I get it, you know, you want to hit everyone at once and have them be prepared, but nobody's enjoying it. It's a stale meta, and it created a very big drop off of players that are starting to slowly trickle back from what I've seen. Now, a topic, monetization. I don't really personally care about skins. I'm going to be honest. I'll buy the battle pass. That's great. But the biggest gripe for me is, why do people have to grind 55 levels of a battle pass just to try out a new character, thus sacrificing their gameplay experience? If you want people to pay for the battle pass, make some better skins, make them pay for it, but never ever force people to have to pay for something. And then on top of it, okay, so let's say they don't play for the entire season. Are they going to lose that character now? We still have not heard any word on that, and I'm really hoping that they have thought in the future about what's going to happen to Kiriko for people who, let's say, stop playing at level 54, come back, and their battle pass is gone. What's going to happen then? Are they going to have to actually go and purchase the character? We don't know, but I really, really hope they don't go that route, because that will kill the player base, in my opinion. Never ever put gameplay experience behind a paywall. That is how you lose an audience 100% of the time. And my last thing that I want to go over is my biggest gripe personally about the game is the ranked system. Don't get me wrong, I'm not one of those people who are like, whoa, I don't rank up or this. I've actually been consistently ranking up. I got placed, after not playing Overwatch for such a long time, they placed me in Bronze 5, and I have ranked up to Plat 5 already. My biggest gripe is the mental factor. I understand, like, the system may be better. I haven't looked fully into why it was changed, but I understand it was changed because I remember how it used to be. But having to win 7 games or lose 20 or tie 20 times is a very long amount of time to wait for yourself to D-rank. Now, my gripe is mental health, okay? I always focus on mental health before a lot of things. What will this change do? Personally, I think 7 wins can take a very long time, especially when you're in a tough situation of starting that series, losing 4 times before you win once. That mental factor of, I know I'm about to D-rank, but I have to play through these games anyways, just so I can see myself D-rank, is demoralizing. I personally think they need to lower it. Instead of 7 wins, honestly, 3 or 4 would be great, and then 7 or 8 losses or ties. 100% better in terms of, like, the amount of time you have to wait. So, oh, I lost 7 times. I deserve to D-rank. I'm not gonna gripe about that. Okay, you know, give me my review. Let's reset and go forward. But losing, let's say you lose 19 times. You know how demoralizing that is, knowing that you still have not been evaluated? And that's a very long time. 19 games, that's hours of gameplay. Just to know that you are waiting to finally get D-ranked. I don't like that. I want them to focus. I want them to keep the system somehow, but lower the amount of time to wait to see an evaluation. Or at least give us a hint of how we're doing for that evaluation. Or something, like a way for us to see the wins, you know? I just don't like the way the rank system. I think it's way too drawn out just to get a rank. I prefer the old one at this point, just due to that mental health factor. But yeah, overall, Overwatch 2 is slowly becoming my main game. At first, I didn't want anything to do with it. I was trying to put it into the game, but this latest week, dealing with all the nerfs and stuff, which I will put those nerfs below the video. It'll be in the comments section, so you can see all the nerfs that were done to the different champions or operators, whatever you guys call them. I call them champions, sorry. And I think Overwatch 2 is going to become my main game going forward for at least, you know, until the next big thing. But yeah, that's my review. I will give Overwatch 2 as of now 7 out of 10. That's just mainly for the fact of taking so long to fix issues that people are blatantly complaining about, as well as the fact that gameplay is sacrificed to try to get people to buy a battle pass. I don't like that. Give people other reasons to buy it. And that's all. If you guys liked it, give it a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, as I will be doing my best to upload videos every single week. And I will catch you all later. Bye-bye.